So I could tell you that and this was before, it was, I think, my final year at Berkeley, my assistant superintendent, she was, no, it was, yeah, assistant superintendent at the time was very good about laying out professional development opportunities. And there was one for the learning uh, leadership evolving vision at HU. And she's like, you should try this. And I was like, do you know how much this costs? And she's like, yeah, just try it. See how it goes. I'm like, okay. And so once again, the word transformative comes up. It was the only institute that I had attended where I was in a room, about 140 other school leaders, give or take. Habib, that's how we met. So many like-minded people, so many people who obviously went there to get their battery recharged, but just so positive, so hopeful about education. I was just blown away. So I would like to say that initial experience, it transformed me. I'm like, me, a kid from the South Side. I mean, I don't look like a kid now, but I still feel like that in many ways. There's no way I should be sitting here on this interview just talking to you guys about my work and my life. But those experiences, I'm working with HUS, definitely helped me learn and grow as an educator, see things through different lenses, and really like focus in on what's like the most critical elements of just teaching and learning and life in general. So every year I've had the opportunity to be connected in one way or another, whether it's facilitating small groups during institutes. And so that learning has continued for the last 12 years or so. I'm just so grateful for it.
How about yourself?
And they liked him so much. It's like, hey, we want you to be the chair of the advisory board. So, it's been, I think one of the greatest things is, you have this opportunity to learn from each other, right? So it's not just even from the professors, but from others and their experiences. But the idea is of being open. And so, really one of the big things is, I think one of the things at Harvard, I think we've all learned is to reevaluate ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to change others or transform others, you need to make sure are you able to transform? Are you able to rethink and refocus on thoughts as kids and life and teachers and curriculums and change? How do you go ahead and kind of balance all the stakeholders together? So I think that's been great, and just the opportunity of I feel like when you do things, hopefully with that passion, I think it's nice that we were just doing our stuff, and then through time people just recognize you or whatever, and then we're invited. So it's just a unique opportunity, and I think it's just been something that's been great. And we get to visit so many different schools, see some doctoral students and what are the research that they're doing. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really beneficial for us too, even though they're taking our advice. And I think that's what's so beautiful to see. Sometimes even these professors who are there for many years, so humble to be like, hey, as practitioners, what do you guys think? Right. And I think that's what the beauty of, I think, Harvard is. It's not, even though it's theory, but there's a lot of times that there's relationships with practitioners to make sure that theory can be put into practice.
Yeah.
And make it transformative. And I think that's, I think that's one of the beauty of Harvard University, and we're really excited. And
yeah, I would agree with that.
This guy, my boss on my advisory board.
I agree with that 100%, Habib. And it's like you hit the nail on the head. Theory to action, the theory to practice, making sure that it's, it might work in a vacuum, but the litmus test is when you're actually in classrooms, watching students do the work, engaging in conversations with educators. It's key, it's critical. And just to be connected to folks from across the globe. I mean, I have met so many wonderful people from all over the place, and coming with, from a place of being humble and I mean, some brilliant folks, but really just being passionate about the work, talking about like what we could do to take our schools, whether it's private, public, or what have you, to the next level.